my screen.
Okay.
Okay, is that up? Okay. Nalini is the only female child with two brothers. Father was an alcoholic and died few years ago. Father always tortured wife and children without reason. Nalini's childhood was unpleasant. She studied up to AS and got this government job 2 years ago. Nalini stays in a near contact with his house owner family. She is not happy with her career. Only reason to continue the job is to survive and feed the mother at home. Her mother is in a small hamlet in town south. Two brothers are married and live in another village far away. Nalini's present difficulties are headache, poor appetite, memories of broken love affair in the school, lack of interest for any leisure activity, and sexual feelings. She feels loneliness and isolation. She has a computer in the room, but she is unable to go to websites. So this is the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. If you are the class teacher of Nalini, what would be your advices to her at school? So how you would have been advising or counseling the child if she is known to you from the school days
So
as a teacher?
maybe before advising her, I would talk to her and see, like, take her out personally or make her stay after school and talk to her and see what she is going through and give her a side support, maybe motivate her and make her have friends because she always feels isolated.
Yeah.
So the next day maybe I can make the kids sit with her every day. We can have what do you call this, friends, like per day they can have a friend and like people can, like, she can move along with
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and then see how she reacts to it or changes.
Okay. Right. And also, now I ask you, what will be your advice? Okay, before advice, you are preparing the child. That is okay.
Yeah.
But you have to motivate her and
Hmm.
show her the better side of the world, what she can do. You can
Yeah.
motivate her and say that the studies is the only thing that can take her up. And you
Mm.
can create some peer groups for her. You can put her to some groups and get some peer help for her,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
those are the things that you can do as a teacher if you met her in the school. How would you guide her parents? So if you are a teacher, if
Mm.
you are a teacher, so you have all the right to call her parents, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So what would you do with parents?
So like I can have a parent meeting and then I can like ask the parents like how she is at home and maybe ask the mother to spend time with her, take her out to the park or wherever and talk to the child, talk to
Yeah.
Nalini and yeah, make her feel like the mom is always there for her.
Okay. Good. Good. So you can do that, and always you can ask the father to take treatment for his alcoholic things, and you can advise them regarding the legal aspects of it. So that will slow down him, right? And you can take precautions and actions on behalf of school and the social workers of that side, right? So what can be her childhood disturbance which is contributing to her present difficulties?
Isolation. She was isolated.
Now, what can be her childhood disturbance which is contributing to her present difficulty? Because a child who is always scared and always being threatened will become their behavior will become a withdrawal behavior from the society, isn't it?
Yeah.
They will be scared of everything in the society, and that will affect their self-confidence. Right? Now you are going to be teachers, and you are going to be the first-line counselor for the students. So you should know these things. If a child is always growing up under a pressurized or under let's say scary environment, that will affect their self-confidence always. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to first bring the enthusiasm in them and make them understand that they are not alone, right? So this isolation and headache and all these things, she has to go to work because she has to feed her mother, she has to feed herself, she has to find a living, she has to go to work, but she has a social withdrawal issue because that's why she is not using the computer also, and she lives in a dark room. She is not maintaining any relationship with the owner's family also, isn't it?
Yeah.
So she is withdrawing herself. She has no confidence to face any person in the society.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
So that is the difficulty. So her threatened past, and she was always under a scary and distressed situation is lead to current situation. If you meet Nalini now, what would be your response to her? So I asked you to discuss about it.
Yeah.
So you think, what can you do now if you meet her now? Imagine that you have never met her before, but you are meeting her now as a person.
Maybe like if she's with me in my workplace, like if I meet her at my workplace and I know that she is going through all this, maybe I would be her good friend and talk to her and motivate her, make her feel like make her feel comfortable with everything.
Can you give me a second? Somebody keeps calling. I don't know whether it's her. Hello? How's the name? Terana, sorry, my number is mandunane. Mama Stashini. Family Planning Association. මම ඔයාලට තව දෙකකින් කෝල් එකක් දෙන්නද? මොකද මම තව මේවයි කෝල් එකක ඉන්නේ. මොන නම්බරේද? නෑ තව මිස් කෙනෙක් ආයකට ගන්න. මම ක්ලාස් එකක් කරනවා. මට පොඩි වෙලාවක් දෙනවද? අපි දෙරණ එකෙන් නෙවෙයි අපි කවුන්සලින් ආයතනයක්. ඔයාලා දෙරණ එකට නම් මේ නම්බර් එකට නෙවෙයි අනිත් නම්බර් එකට කතා කරන්න ඕන. ඒක අර ටීවී එකේ යන නම්බර් එක මා ගාව නම් නෑ දැනට. ඕකේ පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න. Hello, sorry.
Yeah, miss, it's okay.
They have given my personal number. I don't know why. Okay, so you can be, but now you see, Amna, you said I'll be friendly with her. I'll be doing this. I'll be doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is you can't be friendly with her. As a counselor, you have to maintain a distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ramesh. Edna. Manoraj. Okay. My neighbor fell down in the hospital bathroom. They are very old couple. So my husband had taken them to hospital. She has broken her hand. Hello?
Yeah, miss.
Yeah, can you? Right. So, Amna, we can't be friendly. There are certain qualities as a counselor you have to maintain. Okay? We can
Yeah.
be friendly, but in a different way. And we can't we can feel empathetic, but not sympathetic. Right? Now,
Yeah.
if Nalini comes, if you try to be sympathetic and all this friendliness will make her withdraw from you also, because she has some social distancing issue,
Distance.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she is scared of people who is trying to get into her, get friendly with her, right? So you
Yeah.
have to encourage her to talk, put herself
Okay.
out, talk out, right? Those are the things. So
Okay.
that's why you are going to learn guidance and counseling and how you apply those qualities into your students. Okay?
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why I gave you this to
Okay.
get what you feel actually. Right.
Okay.
So, um, what else? What else you do? Only Amna is there, not others.
Zainab is also here, but she says that she can't talk.
Zainab is also there.
Yeah.
I only see Ramzani.
Zainab, she has raised her hand also.
Is it?
Yes, miss.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, miss. I'm Zainab.
Zainab.
I am there, miss.
Okay,
No.
tell. You also can answer. Okay.
No, miss, I just joined. I was unable to hear anything. Now only I'm get everything. I can hear everything properly only now.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
So, what are the guidance you can think for her? Now, this is about your thinking. Okay. Now you got to know about her. She told you about herself. Now you got to know. And what are the guidance you can think of her now? Don't be afraid. Just you have written some answers now. Tell me, give me that answer. I'll tell you whether it's right or wrong. So that will help me to guide you in this.
Yeah, but I can't remember what I wrote for the fifth one.
Just something, huh? Okay.
The fifth one was a bit hard because it asked for the guidance and to discuss. So
So first you should know what is guidance and what is counseling. Guidance is a different thing and counseling is a different thing. Okay. So before going into the main thing, we'll see what is guidance and what is counseling. So today, the introduction to guidance and counseling. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So guidance and counseling. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes, miss, can see.
Yeah. So guidance and counseling are twin concepts and have emerged as essential elements of every educational activity. Right? These two are two different subjects, but still it's twin subjects. Okay, interconnected subjects. Okay.
Okay.
Guidance and counseling are not synonymous terms. You should know that. Counseling is a part of the guidance. So you take counseling as a part of guidance. When you are doing guidance, if you feel like that person needs counseling, you go into that. You understand?
Yeah.
Right. So counseling is a part of guidance, but that is
Guidance.
a different vast subject. Okay. Guidance in the educational context means to indicate, point out, show the way, lead out, or direct. Okay. Guidance is something you point out or lead the way or direct something, indicate certain things. That is guidance, right? But counseling is a specialized service of guidance. It is the process of helping individuals learn more about themselves and their present and possible future situations to make a substantial contribution to the society. Now, counseling is a specialized service. It's a process of helping every individual. Guidance can be done in general, but counseling is very specific, very deep, very specific. It's specifically customized to an individual. The way you do counseling for one individual, you can't use the same way for another one. You have to change it according to their needs and according to their characteristics. You understand?
Yes.
Right. So counseling is not generalized thing. You can learn counseling in a general way, but when you are applying counseling, it is not generalized thing. It is something personalized and individual based process. Okay. And it helps the individual to learn more about themselves. What you are going to do is you are going to help the client or the student to learn more about themselves and the present situation and possible future situations to contribute a proper service to the society. To be a proper person in the society, we are going to use counseling as a part of guidance process. Okay? You understand?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
Amna, Zainab,
No, miss.
any questions?
No, miss, no, miss. Okay, clear.
Oh, fine. Clear, right. If you have any questions, just let me know because I'm in the this thing. I don't see if you raise hands, so you have to talk. Okay. Definition of guidance. Guidance is assistance made available by a competent counselor to an individual of any age to help him direct his own life, develop his own point of view, make his own decision, and carry his own burden. Hamrin and Erickson. Okay, this is the definition from Hamrin and Erickson. Okay, guidance. You have to memorize this. Okay, if we ask you to give definition from Hamrin and Erickson, you have to use this. Guidance is assistance made available by a competent counselor. So according to them, guidance also done by a competent counselor to an individual of any age to help him direct his own life. Now here you see the word direct. Okay?
Yeah.
In counseling, you won't get the word direct. Counseling directs the individual in a different way. But guidance, you can give straight instructions and direct. Okay? Direct his own life, develop his own point of view, how he see things, how he perceive things, make his own decision and carry his own burden. They see this, the guidance also more from the counseling point of view. Okay? Guidance is a process of helping every individual through his own effort to discover and develop his potentiality for his personal happiness and social usefulness. Ruth Strang. So, Ruth Strang's definition is pretty different from Hamrin and Erickson. Okay?
Yeah.
So, guidance is a process of helping every individual through his own effort to discover and develop his potentiality. So, that's what he thinks. Here they think they are directing a own life to develop a point of view, make own decisions, and carry their own burdens. Here, he is talking about the potentiality. Okay, so there are two different definitions of guidance you can go through. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Okay.
Right. So we go to definition of counseling. Have you all ever been to any career guidance or any guidance processes?
Yeah.
Huh? What did you
Yes.
feel?
Maybe like I went for a teacher guidance, a teacher student counseling session.
Mm-hmm.
So there were like few changes and few things that they taught us, like how to be in this, I mean, in the classroom when it comes to classroom situation and a certain child who has certain syndromes. Because I have one student who has this anxiety separation disorder.
Separation anxiety disorder. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to go for a special counseling session because
Yeah.
every day morning it was a great hassle getting him into school. So
Okay.
so then we learned, I mean, like I learned certain different things like how to get him in and how to be a
So that
good
is counseling, right?
okay.
That is counseling. That is individual thing, personalized thing. But
Mhm.
guidance is something different than that.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes,
Guidance,
yes.
I asked you whether you have been to any career guidance. Career guidance, they do it in a
No,
group.
no.
Those who have special, those who have same interest or same type of study packs or anything. So they have a generalized thing. They give you more informations, they give you more where you can study, what course that you can take, what are the possibilities in the world, in the society, and what is the ladder, career ladder that you can climb. All these things will be given to you in a group. Can you do counseling like that?
No.
No. So there are two
No, no.
different things. Career guidance is a different thing, career counseling is a different thing. Okay. So the
Okay.
same way, student guidance and student counseling is different. Now, every day in a assembly meeting, a principal will give some guidance to students,
Yeah.
right? In a classroom, as a teacher, you give a lot of guidance to students, right? But
Mm.
counseling cannot be done like that. You understand
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that child has separation anxiety, you took him to separate counseling. Just because
Yeah.
he is having separation anxiety, can you do a counseling session or guidance in the classroom for every student? No.
No.
No,
That
no.
will create other students to get separation anxiety,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes.
So those things, those distresses has to address in a separate way. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So counseling, definition of counseling, we are going into counseling.
Mm.
Counseling is essentially a process in which the counselor assists the counselee to make interpretations of facts relating to a choice, plan, or adjustment which he needs to make. Now you see, here counselor assists the counselee. Counselee means the person who is receiving counseling. Counselor is the person who is doing counseling. Okay?
Yeah.
So, counselor assists the counselee to make interpretations of facts relating to a choice or adjustment which he needs to make. Okay? Glenn Smith, given this definition, is a psychologist. So he gave this definition for counseling. So here there is no direct, there is no developing part, nothing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here it's only about giving assistance, giving support for what they have already decided or what they are going through already. Okay? Right. There is a Carl Rogers one. Carl Rogers is always have a person-centered method. He always do a person. He always believed in person-centered counseling. So counseling is a series of direct contacts with the individual which aims to offer him assistance in changing his attitude and behavior. Carl Rogers is a behaviorist. So he believes in person-centered counseling. So this is his definition of counseling. Okay. If you can't hear me, just tell me. Okay.
Okay, miss.
Okay, miss. Okay.
Counseling is a series of direct contact with the individual which aims to offer him assistance in charging his attitude and behavior. That is Carl Rogers' definition. Right?
Okay.
So he says it is offering assistance. He also says offering assistance to change attitudes and behaviors. Okay. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Any questions?
No.
Let's proceed. So, we know what is counseling, we know what is guidance, and we know the definitions of both. You can find more definitions, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You can find more definitions on guidance and counseling. I have given you few examples here, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So try to find some more, and if you have any questions, we'll discuss about it. Right? Right. Difference between guidance and counseling. Right?
Okay, miss.
So guidance. Guidance is broader and comprehensive. Counseling is in-depth and narrow. Because counseling, we said, it is only considering the individual. Right?
Yeah.
Guidance is broader and comprehensive. So even you can use it for a classroom. But here, counseling, you can't use it like that. But there are instances we do group counseling. We'll talk about it later. Right?
Okay.
But keep it in mind. We do group counseling where it is, we have a set of people who is going through the same type of situation. Mostly family counselings done in groups of the family. Okay? The same family members, we'll get them together. We'll help them to go through that, whatever they are going through in their family context. Okay? We'll say if they face a catastrophe and lose some of their family members, so we call the other members who is going through the same distress and we'll talk. So those type of group counselings can be done where there is a common distress.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, but even though I tell you it's individual, personalized, and narrow and in-depth, but still we can do group counseling. Okay, so don't get confused when you hear the word group counseling.
Counseling. Okay.
Guidance, it is more general. Guidance is more general and counseling is more personal and confidential. Now, when you do a guidance, there is nothing for you to keep it confidentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know everybody's qualifications, you know everybody's interest and everything. There is nothing that you have to maintain a confidentiality and all these things. Only thing that you have to maintain a genuinity and you have to be informative. That's all. But here in counseling, it's more personal and confidential. So you have to first win, a counselor has to win the client's trust. Okay?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
he will keep all his personal data, personal informations in a confidential manner.
Man.
So that's why as counselors, if you have gone to a counselor, you will see first, before starting any sessions, they will give you a disclaimer saying that they will not, they are under oath, they will not share any of your information without your permission. Even in courts, we have our own counselors can remain silent, saying that they can't give clients personal
Personal.
information.
Information.
But there are also a but. If client's information is harmful to the society or harmful to his own self, then they can go out from this role. Only in these two situations. Otherwise, they have to maintain the confidentiality. Okay? Even a court can't summon. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Court can summon only on the interest of the individual. It's a closed courtroom. In a closed courtroom. And now we'll say if a client comes and says, okay, I'm very feeling so distressed because I have been asked to go as a suicide bomber. So first we'll find out whether he is going under any schizophrenic situations or delusions or anything. If not,
Yeah.
if he is saying the truth, then it's our duty to break this rule.
Inform.
Okay.
Okay, miss.
Just
Yeah.
because a person comes and tells you something like I killed someone or I did this, I did that, don't get panic. That's why we always tell, there are some characteristics a counselor has to carry, counselor has to have. Okay, so we'll come to that later. You can't judge, you can't panic, you can't do anything. Okay, you have to just listen. First of all, you have to listen what they are trying to say. Because I had a client who comes and says, soon he starts crying and said, I killed my brother. I killed my brother. So can
Is it
I
true?
react to that?
No.
No.
No. If I take the phone and dial 112 or 119, what will happen?
He will
Done,
become
no?
more crazy.
He will become more crazy.
Yeah.
End of the day, he will become a killer by killing me.
Yeah.
Actually, the actual scene is, he didn't kill his brother while they were playing. When they were very small, 4 or 5-year-old, they were playing. In an accident, the brother passed away. Brother got drowned.
Oh.
Okay, so everybody was crying, and in that situation, somebody had told, you are a big boy, you should have taken care. Now see, because of your mistake, he died. So this had affected him a lot, and he carried the guilt, thinking that he killed his brother.
Brother.
So that is making him feel more depressed. Now he's a big man. Okay. The problem is he is not allowing his son to play.
Oh, he's scared.
Yeah.
He's scared. And because of that, he has been called because the son is very good in athletics. He is not allowing. So problems in the family, wife is shouting. He couldn't put this out. So he came with high depression. You understand?
Yes.
So
Yes.
these things we have to be very, very careful, very, very sensitive and sensible in these situations, right? You can't panic.
Yeah.
So that's why we say it's more personal and confidential, right? So guidance. Guidance is more external, helps a person understand alternative solutions available to him and make him understand his personality and choose the right solution. Guidance is more external. We don't care about, in guidance, we are not much care about the internal feelings, emotions or anything. Not caring, we don't consider that. When you do guidance, you don't consider much about the feelings and emotions. You consider about their future and what they are capable of, all these things. So it's much external. It helps a person to understand alternative solutions. Now, if this he likes something, if it is not available, we find him another alternative solution. Okay, and make the person understand how it is good for him and how he can do work on it and all those things. Right? So it's very external. There is no consideration of emotions, feelings, and personalized things. But counseling helps people to understand themselves and is an inward analysis. Actually, what they like, what they wanted to do, what is their feeling towards it, right? And alternative solutions are proposed to help understand the problem at hand. Now here we can direct them. Okay, this is good for you, this is good, you can choose this, you do use this. We can direct in guidance. Here we can propose, we can suggest. We cannot
Direct them.
Direct. Okay, so it is more about internal, inward analysis. Here we do outward analysis. Guidance, it's an outward analysis. We think about what is the educational qualification, what are the resources available, how much that they can spend, how much that they can earn, all these things. It's external. Here, the internal, what they feel, what is the emotions, what will happen if we does this, what are the phobias that we have. So we have to address those things first, all these things. It's an internal thing. And here we direct, there we propose. Okay. So guidance is mainly preventive and developmental. Guidance is mainly preventive and developmental. Guidance is preventing from something, right?
Yeah.
Before getting into a problem or before getting into a bad path or before doing something bad, you prevent them. And developmental, and to develop from the current situation to a better position. Counseling is remedial as well as preventive and developmental. Now here in guidance, you don't find any remedies because there is no problems placed, addressed. Okay.
Yeah.
Only preventive and development. In counseling, we do counseling where there is already a problem or already a issue or already there is a distress is presented. Okay, when we see an issue, when we see a distress, we go into counseling. So there is already, and we have to provide remedies. How we provide remedies? Either you have to direct him to a doctor if it is very adverse situation, or else you have to give him some relaxation, do some psychotherapies. So you have to counsel. If the counselor is not trying to do psychotherapies, if he is not a psychotherapist, he has to direct them to a psychotherapist or psychological assessments, analysis. There are a lot of things that they have to go for as remedies. And also it is preventive and developmental. If a child comes with some symptoms of social withdrawal, now in the Nalini's case, if you know Nalini beforehand in school, you could have prevent.
Yes.
You could have gone for the preventive and developmental process. Since
It is already done. And if you meet Nalini now, what you can do?
Send her to a psychotherapist or
Yeah,
maybe do some remedial
exactly. What are you doing there? You
counseling
are exercising your remedies,
remedies. Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So that is the difference between guidance and counseling. The other one, intellectual attitudes are the raw materials of guidance. Now here, when you are guiding, mostly you guide them for better education, better career,
Better person.
something external development to live in the society in a better way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, miss.
So it's mostly about, yeah. Somebody wants something?
No.
No, miss.
Okay. So here it's more, the raw material is intellectual attitude, right? Your academic, your intellectual attitudes are the raw materials of guidance, right?
Yeah.
On the other hand, in counseling, emotional rather than pure intellectual attitudes are the raw materials of the counseling process. Emotional rather than pure intellectual attitudes. Even though they can be doctors, engineers, they are very big intellectuals, but still they can feel distresses. The
Yeah.
emotions are different. You can't say, okay,
Mm.
she's a doctor, you don't need counseling for her. She's an engineer, you don't need counseling for her. No. Even a counselor, a psychiatric doctor can undergo counseling. They also have emotion and emotional needs, right? So there is
Yeah.
no intellectual values in emotional values in counseling. Sorry, intellectual values in counseling, because
Counseling.
whatever your intellectual level is, still your emotions and feelings are considered here. Those are the raw material. Main raw material is that. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
miss.
Any questions?
No, miss.
No, no.
Okay. I always tell you, you will not get questions if you know everything, and or if you know nothing,
Nothing.
right? So how can I take it now? Give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm getting calls because they have shared my number, I guess. In Derana, they shared our numbers. They have shared my personal number, I guess. It's going to be here. Okay. So in guidance, decision making is operable at an intellectual level in guidance. Decision making is operable at an intellectual level in guidance.
In
Now,
guidance.
guidance, I told you, we mainly focus on intellectual levels. Here, even if you are helping to
Emotional.
make decisions, the decision making is at intellectual level, right? Not
Yeah.
in emotional side. But counseling
Level.
operates at an emotional
Level.
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 Okay?
Yeah.
Counseling operates at an emotional level.
Level.
Okay. Guidance is generally education and career related and may also be for personal problems.
Problems.
Right? Guidance is generally education and career related and may also be for personal problems. Now, personal problems in the sense where you face an immediate problem, right? A general immediate problem where there is no emotions involved much, right? Involved much.
Yeah.
Personal problems are always carry a value of emotions, but still there is something, okay, if you want something, okay, in this situation, if I don't have enough food, is a personal problem, my personal problem, right?
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
I'm asking someone, so there you can guide. You don't need to come, oh my God, how do you feel it? What do you feel now? What is your feelings are on that? You are not going to ask like that. You are just going to guide. Okay, you don't have, okay, this is the number. You go ahead and order your food. Or else, like that. Give me a second. Ramesh? Yeah. Yeah, tell me. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Okay, I'm still in the class. Okay. Hello. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. So there you just guide. Even though it's a personal problem, personal issue, you guide. But counseling is mostly offered for a personal and social issue. It's, as I told you, it's mostly about the emotions, how you feel about the situation. If you can't control, then you go for the counseling. So there, it's mostly about the emotions and social issues. Right. Guidance can be achieved its goals in a short time, right? Guidance can
Yeah.
achieve in the goals in short time, because guidance you can, okay, you are going to do a career guidance. So if you give all the informations and if you check all their intellectual levels, educational qualifications and everything, and you give them, you are done,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But so it's short term. The process of counseling takes long time to achieve its goals, because normally counseling, when they are coming for a counseling, a problem can be
Yeah.
persuading, the problem is there for long period of time, maybe 15
Yeah.
years, 10 years, 8 years, 30 years. So
Yeah.
we can't expect a quick remedy, short term achievement. It will be a long term process to
Yeah.
come to a to achieve its goal. Now, if a person comes with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, because of
Yeah.
any stressful situation that he or she has gone through,
It's a
it
long
takes a
period.
long period to cure him from, bring him out from that PTSD. Because PTSD is really a big problem these days. People might get again, because pandemic situation, when they see people dying, they say if a person has faced tsunami and affected by tsunami badly,
Yeah.
Okay.
now he has problems, he will get that flashbacks back because
I
of this
think.
pandemic situation, because in this also, you don't know from which way you get it and who will die.
Yeah.
So the distress can come as a flashback or anything, they can get it.
Oh.
They will try to protect their children, parents and everybody, even for themselves. It will be, it can create a fear, unnecessary fear in them. Okay. So, but then if it occurs, it will take more time than giving some remedies to food issues or financial issues, right?
Okay,
Okay.
miss.
So these are the differences. Any other differences other than that you think?
No.
No idea.
Hmm? No idea. Anything? Any questions?
Mm,
Any questions?
no, so far all good.
Okay. So shall we move to the other section?
Yeah.
Okay, miss.
Right. So what is the purpose of guidance and counseling? Why do we have to do this? What is the purpose?
Um, maybe at certain situation, the people won't have anyone to talk to or
Hmm.
express their feelings and emotions. So they will need someone who they can, someone
Yeah, yeah.
reliable. Yeah.
Now I'm asking, what is the purpose of counseling and guidance? Why do you need to do this? Guidance and counseling both.
To help a person when he is in need.
Okay. To help a person when he is in need.
Need, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Um, when they are confused, like they don't know what to do next, like get some
Mm-hmm.
opinions or advices.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm, yeah. And
Okay. We'll see. Providing the needed information and assistance. So guidance we provide needed informations and assistance. Counseling also say helping an individual to make wise choices, not just choices, wise choices,
vice
which is very
versa.
suitable. Improve the understanding of self. Improve the
Yeah.
understanding of self.
So,
We might think, especially children, they have very different understanding about themselves. Mostly
Hmm.
kids think they have superpowers. They can do a
Yeah.
lot of things,
yeah,
this,
yeah.
that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. And they can jump from the window and they can jump from the height. That nothing will
Yeah.
happen, right?
All cartoons. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because all
Superheroes.
this cartoon has made them much imaginative.
Yeah.
And they become their role models sometimes. So they try to imitate. So we have to be
Yeah.
very careful about these things.
Yes.
As
Yeah.
teachers, when you are guiding, you have to make them self-understand and improve their self-awareness. Okay, so
Okay.
we
Okay.
have to do that. And
Mm.
facilitate the adjustment. Now, when they get to know that they are not capable of these things, it will be hard for them to adjust to what they recovered, what they gathered from the society.
Yeah.
Now we'll say especially when they are getting into adolescent age,
Mm.
right? They have to adjust their physical changes according to their physical changes, according to their emotional changes, a lot of things that they have to adapt, right? So we have,
Yeah.
as in guidance and counseling, the purpose is to facilitate those adjustments, educate them but why this is happening, what is the importance, how you have to
Mm.
take it, whether it's a serious thing or not, all these things, right? Especially female kids, right? Girls, small girls,
Yeah.
they have lot of issues at this time because there'll be a difference. All these days they were playing and all these things, and after some time, parents will not allow them to play as they want. So they have
Yeah.
this fashion. Why? Not all the parents will educate them according to that, right?
Yeah.
And even male kids, um, after the age of 13, the Siemens will, they ejaculate the Siemens because the storage is such, they can't keep the storage. So they have to, the ejaculations will happen as this, as the menstrual cycle They also have this semen ejaculation in the sleep. They might get upset about it. They might get upset about the erotic dreams that they are getting. Those dreams are coming to them because for them to ejaculate. But parents always concentrate on girls, not on the boys. So that's why boys try to fulfill their curiosity, watching all these unnecessary videos and asking their peers and get wrong informations and try to hide things and get into troubles. Right? So we have to educate both of them about their bodily changes equally, because both get changes, right? But so that create lot of distresses and lot of attitude changes in kids. So as teachers, as we have to do guidance, and if it is difficult, we have to go into individualized counseling as well. Okay. So it helps in adapting to the changes or new environment. That's why I told you. Making self-sufficient and independent. My stupid secretary. Continue. Okay. Efficient use of capabilities and talent. We have to make sure that they use their capabilities and talents in an efficient way. Promote the optimal personal and professional development. Promote the optimal personal and professional development. What is the optimal level that they can reach? We have to make sure that they are using it by doing the guidance and counseling. So that is the purpose. Purpose is to make sure that they are using the optimal levels of professional development. Yeah. And balance physical, psychological, emotional, social, and spiritual growth. Right? So there should be a balance, physical, psychological, emotional, social, and spiritual growth. Right? Because if a person is tall enough, strong enough, and he's growing and everything, but if his intellectual level doesn't grow according to it, he will become a puppet in the society. And if they don't develop their social skills properly, even then they will become clowns. Okay?
Miss, it's lagging. Miss, your connection is lagging.
Lagging. Battery is low, I guess.
Miss Darshani, your connection level is lagging.
Can you hear me? My Wi-Fi. Is it okay now? Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, miss. Yes.
Yeah, miss.
Okay. Right? Okay. Helps in overall development and to live a productive life. Helps in overall development and to live a productive life. So these are the purpose of guidance and counseling. Any questions? Any questions? No. You understood everything?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Good. Okay. So there are guidance and counseling. We know it's two different things, even though it goes hand in hand, but that is two different things. Okay. So it has different characteristics. Okay. It has different characteristics. Right? So what are the characteristics of guidance? It is a continuous process. Guidance, you are not going to stop guidance after age of this, after age of 10, or after age of 15, after age of 30, we are going to stop guidance. No. It is a continuous process.
Process.
Okay. That is one characteristic of guidance. And choice and problem points are the distinctive concerns of guidance. What the person choose and problem points are the distinctive concerns of guidance, not the emotions or feelings. What they choose and what is the problem that they could face. What are the problem points that they could face? Those are the concerns of guidance. So that is another characteristic. Third one, it is the assistance to the individual in the process of development rather than a direct direction of the development. What is it? It is
It is the
the
assistance.
is the assistant to the individual in the process of development. You give assistance to the individual in a process of development. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Yeah.
Rather than a direction of the development. You are not going to tell him, this is the way to develop yourself. This is how you develop. This is the way to grow. It's based on the choice and based on the way he chose, you're going to direct. Okay? You are not going to show the direction of development. You are going to help the process of development. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. So guidance is a service meant for all. It's a service. Sorry. Meant for everybody. Okay. Guidance is both generalized and specialized service. Now, guidance, you can guide a person in a general in a classroom and also a personalized way also. Okay.
Okay, miss.
Guidance is an organized service and not an incidental activity of the school. Guidance is an organized service. It's not an incident that happens. Just a problem happens or just you see something, you just do a guidance. No, it's not an incident. Okay, when you see two kids are fighting, in that incident, because of that incident, you do a guidance. No, it is an organized thing. Guidance has to be an organized thing. You plan how you are going to do it, how you are going to address, what is the purpose, what is the need, why are you doing this. Everything has to be organized beforehand before you start doing a guidance. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Guidance is not a branch of any discipline. Guidance is not a branch of any discipline. Okay? Because of this, we do guidance.
Miss, it's lagging, Miss.
Again, maybe a lot of people are using. So, okay. I changed network. Let's see. More an art than science. So guidance is more than an art. Even though it's organized and everything, it's an art. It depends on the person. It depends on the way you do the guidance. If you like the teacher, you listen whatever they say. If you don't like the teacher, even if she says a better thing, you don't listen, isn't it?
Yes.
That happens, no, as students. And even now we experience that in our classrooms as well, isn't it? Aren't we? Students are, if you give in an effective guidance, they take it in an effective way, with lot of colors, picture cards and all these things, it goes into their mind. If not, but it can be a better one, it can be a very useful one, but they won't take it, right? We experience
Okay.
this. So it's mostly a art, not a science. There is no such things to make guidance as a science. Okay, no experiments has been done, nothing. Its guidance is guidance. It's more of a art. Guidance has its roots in the education system. Guidance has its root in education system. Mostly guidance used in education system. Guidance is centered around the needs and aspirations of students.
Sudarshan, your line is
Yes.
lagging.
Are you, what's wrong? I'll open the hotspot then.
I closed that also. Right. So, okay. So, those are the characteristics of guidance. What is counseling? What can be the counseling characteristics?
Continuous process, it is counseling involves two individuals. Now, in guidance, there can be any number of people, right? But counseling is concern only two individuals. One is seeking help, and other one is professionally trained person who can help the first, right?
Okay.
So that is one characteristic of counseling, because there is no much people involved in counseling, maximum one or two, right? Maximum means two or three, including the counselor. There should be a relationship of mutual respect between the two individuals. Okay, there should be a relationship of mutual respect between the two individuals. A counselor should gain the trust and the respect of the client, and also counselor should be able to respect the client's view and his feelings and emotions. Otherwise, the counseling process is not going to happen in an effective way. Counseling is aimed at bringing about desired changes in the individual for self-realization and providing assistance to solve problems through an intimate personal relationship. Right? Counseling is aiming to bring the desired changes. What is the desired change? Desired by whom? Desired by whom? Whose desire is the change? Counselor's desire or counselee's desire? What do you think? Whose desire can be it is? Amna?
Counseling?
Counselee's desire,
Yes.
not counselor, because counselor doesn't have any say on the problem. Because counselee is the person who is in the problem. So he or she has to need the change, has to desire the change. It is his desire. Okay. Okay.
Oh, they are
The counselor discovers the problems of the counselee and help him or her to set up realistic goals. Okay. So counseling is always aiming on realistic goals, not unrealistic goals. Okay. Now, PTSD, if there is a schizophrenia, you can't have a realistic goal of complete cure. It can be manageable, not curable. It's a problem in the genes. So you can't completely cure, you can manage in a possible way. Okay. So there should be a realistic goal, right? If there is anger management system, the counselees, the desire can be, I want to be a Buddha. I want to be like a Buddha. Is it achievable goal? Can you help somebody to parinirvana? No.
Can't.
So you can discuss with them or her in with an intimate relationship, the trust that you built. You can tell her that is not possible, but this is possible. We can reduce your anger. We can manage your anger. Okay, because as a person to live in this world, anger is a needed thing for some extent. So the achievable goal is this, not that. So you can discuss with the client, even though their desires are different. Okay? Okay. The counselor discovers the problem of the counselee and help him to set up a realistic goal. If counselee is a student, counseling helps him to make a decision, make a choice, or find a direction in matters related to an educational program or career. Now here the counseling, career counseling, educational counseling and career guidance, educational guidance is two different things, right? Career counseling, we help them to find out a career which is suitable to them according to their emotional well-being, right? They can think they can do these things, that thing, these things and all those things, but still a career counseling will help them to find out their own selves. Okay, so if it is a student, the counseling will help them to find out, take decision in the education or career programs. Okay, so it helps the counselee to acquire independence and develop a sense of responsibility. It is more than advice giving, right? Now here we never advise. In counseling, we never advise. Okay, that is one main thing in counseling. We never advise, never show directions, never give directions. We only show directions. We only suggest, we only propose, right? So it helps the counselor to acquire independence and develop a sense of responsibility, because if we make decisions, the counselee will not feel a responsibility in the made decision. Okay, we have to give them a responsibility to the counselee for their decisions which they make in their lives. Okay, and they have to feel the independence to take the decision and develop a sense of the responsibility. It's more than advice giving. It's very hard. It's more than advice giving, because advising is the easiest thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all know that, no? Advising is the very easiest thing, and but what?
And but
following advice is the most difficult thing.
Yeah.
Right? Giving advice is
it's very
everybody
easy.
likes.
Very easy.
Very easy, yeah.
in the world, everybody likes to give advice.
Yeah.
All of us likes to give
Yeah.
advice. Okay, so it's more than advice giving. Okay, it involves something more than offering assistance to find a solution, immediate problems. Okay,
Okay.
so it involves something more than offering assistance to find a solution to immediate problems.
Problems.
Okay, now problem, now we'll say problem can be something else, but the base of the problem, unless you take the base, find out the base of the problem, it's not going to come for a permanent decision. It's not going to be a permanent remedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So it involves something more than offering assistance to find a solution to the immediate problem. We are not only just helping them to find a decision for the immediate problem. Also, counseling helps to find the root cause of the problem. Right?
Yeah, to know
Counseling
the
is,
past.
yeah, what happened? What really made them to feel like this? What really made them to think like this? What is the
Yeah.
root cause of this problem? Right? Now, we'll say if a client comes, now, okay, for an example, I think I have discussed this with you. A client came to me for a depression, right? She is feeling depressed. She came to the doctor and doctor transferred them to us, saying that there is more than something, more than depression. So she came to me, depression. So she wants me to tell them about. So I have two options here. One, I can train her for relaxation, give some therapies on relaxation or mindfulness therapies or something like that, and give a solution for depression. But will it be a complete solution?
No.
No.
No. So
She
you have to
might feel
find out the
depressed
root
later.
cause. She might feel depressed later. She
Yeah.
might not feel okay even after relaxation, because the problem is her
Severe.
husband is avoiding her for last 11 years.
Oh.
Okay.
So
So he has to stop avoiding her for her to come out from this depression. So that is the root cause.
Yeah.
So it's more
Yeah.
than finding a solution for the immediate
Solution.
problem. Okay.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So it was a big role. So the problem is not with the wife, actually it's with the husband.
Husband.
So we have to call the husband, we have to talk to him, we have to find out why he is ignoring. It's not that he is ignoring to see he is a soft-natured person. He got scared because he was there in the labor with her when the child is born.
Born. Okay.
Right? So he
Okay.
thought that he has did something wrong to her for her to suffer this much to get a baby to this world.
Okay.
Right?
Oh.
So he made a promise to himself that he is not going to make the same mistake again. So he found it as a solution to avoid her and not have sex with her, so that she is not going to go into that pain again. You understand?
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
So even then, husband also doesn't know from where he got this. Right? They have gone to several counseling sessions, several places, but still they couldn't find it. So I just asked him, in the process, I just asked him whether you, where were you when she is giving birth to the baby. He said in the same labor room. Then I asked, how did you feel? Then he came out with this distress. So we found out that is where he developed this depression. So because of his depression, he started avoiding her. Because he is avoiding her, she
She's
started,
into depression.
she is into depression. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's not just advice giving or finding a immediate solution for the immediate problem. It's more than
Yeah.
that. Okay? Right. Now you understand well. Good.
Yes.
So counseling is democratic. Nothing there to dictate. It's very democratic. It's their decision whether to come again or not. We can only ask them, okay, come again. There are times that we go away from this role, from this characteristic, only in the instance if the client is suicidal, harmful to themselves, or else if they are harmful to the society.
Society.
Right.
Then we go into dictatorship, or we find support systems for them, something like that. Otherwise, it's completely democratic. Okay.
Yeah.
Counseling concerns itself with attitudes as well as actions. Counseling concerns itself with attitudes as well as actions.
Actions.
Okay. Counseling is centered around the needs and aspirations of students. Counseling is centered around the needs and aspirations of students. The same thing with guidance also. It depends on the aspirations and needs of the students. And counseling concerns itself with attitudes as well as actions.
Actions.
Not with the intellectual things. It's attitude. People,
Yeah.
those who have very high intellectual, very high in intellectuality and very high in academic, good in career and everything, but there can be poor attitude issues,
Attitude. Yeah.
action issues, behavioral issues. Okay, so they also need. I told you, no, we had two doctors, a couple who has issues in sexual activities.
Yeah. You told us last
I
time.
told you.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
your intellectuality doesn't mean that you don't have a need of counseling. Okay, counseling is something completely different. So we will learn some more about counseling process, guidance process, and actions, and all these things in when time to come in the other classes. Any questions so far? So this is the introduction. Any questions so far?
It's all clear, miss. But are we getting these notes, miss?
Yeah, I'll mail you.
Okay.
I'll mail it to Mayuran, so
Even I had
Mayuran
the
will mail
same
it
doubt.
to you.
Okay.
Doesn't have
Okay,
the
miss.
note is here, no, so you don't have to write. Only thing you take down some additional note, but I'm telling
Okay.
you in the lectures what you
Okay.
get. Other than that, this note will come to you through Myron's mail. Okay, Mr. Myron will send you all these notes. I'll send it to him. Okay.
Okay, miss.
And I have a work for you.
Yes, miss.
What's
You
it?
have to find some more definition of guidance and counseling other than that I have given you here. Do your search, do your studies, and
More
find
definitions.
out more definitions.
More
Okay?
definitions on
Okay.
guidance and
Guidance
counseling.
and counseling.
So next
Okay?
class you need it, miss? Or do we have to mail
Exactly.
it to you?
No, next class I will discuss.